Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another Slime Discut Memories video. So today, I'm making this video to talk about why I think you shouldn't really summon on this new banner. Now, I know it's gonna sound very weird coming from me, considering the fact that like with this new update, I started to want to play the game again, and these characters look really cool and everything. But from a realistic standpoint, I am just going to be straight up, I don't think it's worth it. Now, on my Discord, I am Kev, someone that I think a lot of people know about. I actually brought up some things about like Diablo and the new Rimuru that made me kind of think like, you know what? I didn't really think too much about the practicality of these units before. Because I think the way that they did it was just really weird. So yeah, let's just talk about it. I know I'm being kind of vague, but let's just talk about it. So with the this March update, we had the introduction of forces, which forces are basically, imagine categories from Dokkan, right? Or like tags from Legends or something. Just like a subcategory for certain characters, based on like the arc or who they are or their design. So for example, like one of the New Year's units, right? Like Light 3.0, they have like the New Year's sort of tag or something. I don't know if it's Light 3.0 or like the fire units, right? Like the Fire Millum, the Fire Rimuru from Fire 1.0, they have like a New Year's tag. Or these two units, they have a Fount of Wisdom tag or force, right? So they're just subcategories for these characters, and it basically it's a new system to allow people to create teams outside of just an element, right? So instead of just like, oh, I'm just gonna use Diablo and run a water team, now we can be like, oh, he buffs Fountain of Wisdom and Primal Demon Force, so I can run a full Primal Demon team, for example. It's all dependent on this, like the leader, and it's just, like I said, a new way for people to create teams instead of just limiting it to here's water, here's fire, here's space. You know, it's just a new interesting way of spicing up the game, and I don't think that's a bad thing inherently, right? But I think if they continue this way, it'll be kind of a problem. The reason I say that is because Diablo, right? You can see right here, he increases damage done. I'm actually gonna lower the music a little bit. But he increases damage done by Fount of Wisdom Force characters to water characters by 60%. And he also increases Fount of Wisdom and Primal Demon Force characters attack and defense by 20%. And this is at max, right? So already, like, you would think that with this new introduction of forces, it would be like a very broad, general kind of leader skill, I guess, or like protection skill, where, you know, introduction of forces, you'd be able to make like, I don't know, a team of all the members of Tempest, for example, right? Like every Rimuru, Shion, Benimaru, Diablo, Soe, all of these characters that stem from Tempest, like you'd be able to make a team out of them. Unfortunately, that's not the case, at least for this first batch of 5-star EX units. So if we actually take a look at Fount of Wisdom, which I don't know why, but there's no way to sort by forces right now. I don't know why they didn't put that into the game, but you can't check who is in Fount of Wisdom. You just have to know, I guess. But basically, if you see this tag right here, we go to the Rimuru, actually. Forces, Fount of Wisdom is right here. The green little slime with the hat on his head. The like graduation hat. The cap. So he only buffs Fount of Wisdom Force characters to water characters by 60%, meaning that when you go up against a water stage, you get this buff. Outside of that, you don't get a buff. Now, to be fair, it is pretty high, 60%. So up against a water team, you'll do a lot of damage. But are there any wind characters in this category right now? I think if we take a look, we sort by, please. I think I can search by wind, right? These are all the wind characters, at least the ones that I have. I'm pretty sure there's not many outside of this. There's like, no, a lot of them are just projectors. So I'm just missing trainee and I'm missing rammers, but who cares, right? Let's go through these characters. Are they in Fount of Fountain of Wisdom? He's in Primal. All like most of the Diablos are in Primal Demon. With Festive Memories, Gaining Status, Festive Memories, Clan Chief, 10 Great Demon Lords, Forest Fracas, Ogre's Pride. Like, there's so many new forces, but like, if you're going up against a water boss, you'd usually think to take in a wind team, right? So, I don't know. To me, it's just weird why they would make it like a certain percentage against like the same type. If it was like against wind characters, for example, then I'd understand it, because you know, if you're using this water team, right? Oh, okay. If you're using this water team, then like, you know, you'd make more sense because you do more damage against type disadvantage, right? But it's against water characters. Okay, that's fine. You know, you don't always need the buff, right? So let's move past that. Increases Fount of Wisdom and Primal Demon Force characters' attack and defense by 20%. Fount of Wisdom is so limited because basically I'm pretty sure the only two characters on there at the moment is the new Rimuru and the new Gobita. I don't think Mulan or Yom are underneath this, and I don't think anyone else is, because none of them are from the school, right? Now you would think like, oh, school, so all the kids, right? But no, they're underneath their own thing. It has to be from this specific arc or whatever, which doesn't make sense to me. I feel like I don't know, at the moment it's very limiting. Of course, we're gonna have 2 more units come out, so like it makes the team a little bit bigger, I guess. But that's just 2 units. How many units are in this game, right? Like, you know. And then Primal Demon, I've heard people like Kev, for example, is talking about using him as a sub protector so you could buff Violet, which isn't bad, right? Violet's a good DPS. You have the, you know what? Funny enough, the Dark 2.0 Diablo is not underneath Primal Demon, I don't think. Let me go to him really quickly. Yeah, he's not. He's just Tempest Elite. I don't get it. This one is Primal Demon. So you can use them to sub buff other characters, but like if you're wanting to use him like as a character, as a protector, how much use are you getting out of him? Right? Like, I don't know. To me, I feel like the way they designed this Diablo in terms of the leader skill is just like really weird and very, very niche. Like a niche within a niche. It's so odd. And I mean, his skill, like, it's definitely not bad, right? You know, at max, I think this is like 15% skill cost by 30, and then divine protection skill point increase by 100%. But you also have Water Millum. Like, I think Water Millum is just better than he is, because you get more damage. Like, sure, maybe you can do more damage with your ult, but you just, that infinite attack buff is, in my opinion, just way, like, a bit better, because you'll get more overall damage, I would think. But I don't know. I don't have Diablo. I haven't run the calculations. But like, if you already have Water Millum, why would you ever need to pull this Diablo? Like, they're basically the same thing. Their Valor traits, I don't think this really matters too much. When you use souls, once they have their ult gauge, then it's reduced by 30%, and it happens twice. That's like okay. I mean, increases his stuff, and his trade is just attack. But that's when you have 70% or lower HP. Like, I don't know, this Diablo just feels kind of eh. Like, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just not good enough, and I just don't have enough experience with this character. But I feel like this Diablo is just kind of meh. He's just like a slightly different version of Watermelon, but nothing above her. In fact, like I would argue that she's a little better than he is. But anyway, now this Rimuru, right? Now I I have this Rimuru. That video, like when I do all that, like test them out or whatever, will be going up at some point. But I don't know. He is not bad. Okay, I'm not gonna say that he's a bad unit. He can do a lot of damage with this EX, but it takes a lot of time, and it's kind of hard sometimes when you're focusing on getting blue orbs to build up. How are you to like build up his ult? You just have to save it, but then if you have that, then it already takes up a slot, right? So to me, it's a bit impractical, I guess, because it costs 200%, but sometimes it takes a while to build up to 100%, especially with blue orbs. If you're not buffing all gauges increase, I don't know if I worded that correctly, but if you're not doing it where it buffs like its impact in every single gauge, then it's going to be pretty hard to get 200%. Like realistically, you have to be aiming for this to get it. Like you'd have to get lucky and get all 6 orbs, and like 3 or 4 of them are orange, and even then you might only build up like 1.5, you know. This skill, this winning operation here, let me just, you know what, let me just go to mine. Let me just go to my Rimuru. 7 level 100 ability release. I need to do the EX stuff, yada yada yada. But like his max skill, right, increases all allies' physical attack by 65% and decreases their physical attack resistance by 20% for 1 turn. That's a really good skill. But why does it cost 80? 80 is a lot. Like, it's like slightly higher than like Space Melon, right? If I pull up, because Space Melon buffs space attack. Where is she? There you are. By like 50%, right? Or if you have who else is a general attack buffer? Let's see. Buff all attack. You have the Milim as well, who buffs 45% general attack. So does Rimuru. Let's see, dark attack. You have Shinsha, who does it by 70% after 8 turns. But like with, at least with her team, I don't know. To me, it just, even then, like hers kind of has a caveat where you can use it to buff, like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like Shinsha and this Rimuru's skill kind of have the same caveat where it's just so expensive that like you can't just reliably say, hey, I'm gonna use this skill. Like you can't just bring him on and say, yeah, I'm gonna use this 80-point skill for physical attack only, right? Like when it works, it increases your damage by a lot, but I feel like they could have made this a little bit cheaper. It's 65%, yes, but I don't know. Next, we have his orb change, which it's not bad, but I feel like this is one of the most common orb changes ever. Here, if we go Soul of Secrets to Soul of Divine Protection, how many characters is that? We have the Rimuru, we have Shuna, we have Geld, we have Carrion, we have Frey does 1, we have Gobuta, we have Milim, and we have Light Shuna, and we have Earth Milim. We have so many characters who do this. Like, you could literally just bring the Water Shuna, and she won't do as much damage, but she fulfills almost the same exact role that he does, right? So yeah, I don't know. To me, like these units, the main selling point of them is that they're flashy. They're flashy, they're new, they have an amazing border. Like I'm oh my god. I really like aesthetics. I think like their logo and everything, like even in the troops, when you just have them, I don't know why this lags in the menus so much, but when you just have them like this, like it looks so cool, right? But outside of that, like realistically speaking, their benefits don't feel very practical, or they're just like decent units. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I guess I can actually go over Chloe really quickly, right? Can I not? Okay. Chloe, where are you? Here we go. So Chloe, she also buffs Fount of Wisdom Force characters, their damage to water by 24%, and Shizu's Will. You know who is on Shizu's Will? Do you want to know who's on Shizu's Will? Here, let's sort by that. Who do you think is on Shizu's Will? Just give a guess. Give a guess. You think Hinata? No, not at all. Do you think this Space Alice? Oh, she is. That's crazy. Oh, Earth Gale Gibson, the god? He's on Shizu's Will. Where are you? This Alice is not even. She's not even on it. Like, she buffs Shizu's Will, and you know who's on Shizu's Will? Like, none of these good characters. He has Heart of a Hero. Anyone related to Shizu does not gonna have it unless they're the base, like, kid characters. I don't understand. I don't know if this was just like something they just miscalculated, but like, why are they so specific? I don't know. That's basically it for me though. I know this was kind of a rambling video for like 17-18 minutes, but I basically just wanted to say that if you're really thinking about like whether you should summon or not, or if you're a new player and you're like, should I summon for these characters? Like, they seem super cool and all that stuff. If you like Rimuru, if you like Diablo, go for it, right? Like, if they're your favorite characters, who cares? Just go for it. Who cares about meta? But if you're thinking about whether you should save and you don't really care too much about Rimuru or Diablo, like, you're like, they look okay, but I care more about what I can accomplish in the game, I would say that they are not worth going to pity for, unless you're like a content creator or something. But even then, like, I'm not really gonna do that because that's a lot of money. But yeah, if you're debating, I would just say use your free tickets that they give you and just leave it at that. Diablo's force skill and his basically like protection skill and stuff is just okay. He's basically just a slightly different version of Water Millum, the protection unit. And this Water Rimuru is just like a different version of Water Shuna. So yeah, take that for what you will. I think the way that they implemented this forces thing, I think the idea was cool, but it could have been done, I think, way better. Because making these so niche, like, look, you would think Millum, she would have like Demon Lord or like Octagram or something, but no, she only has New Year's Blessing. Who else has New Year's Blessing? We're just gonna click through all of this. Oh, she does, the free-to-play unit. Okay. Who else? Who else? Who else? Right? Like, I don't know. I think separating them by this has become just a forces rant video at this point. I think separating them by their event. Oh, she has New Year's Blessing too. But like, bro, I don't know. I think they should make these more broad going forward, to fit more characters into it, because why would you summon for a character that has a specific leader skill when you don't even have like the rest of the units? I don't know. just kind of weird to me. Also implement a forces category search, because how are you supposed to know who's in Fount of Wisdom? You have to click through all these characters. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me. I'm sorry that this has become such a long rant video. This game once again somehow manages to kind of mess it up. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know down below what you guys think about the forces, the new forces update, whether you like it or not. If you like any feedback. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comments. That's gonna be it for me though. I've said that like 3 times, but thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. And also, if you summon, good luck.